Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from whenever you're calling in from or you're watching this recording from. We had a very fruitful week last week. We saw some major moves in the market. Euro USD, GBP, the pound yen were really um I don't want to use the word phenomenal because sometimes it can be a mess. So I am really also looking forward to a good week this week. I'm looking forward to a good week this week. Just starting out, you can already see my screen. If you can see my screen, you see the amount of news releases that we have for the week. All throughout this week, we're going to be having news releases Monday through to Friday. And I think on Wednesday, we'll be having the FOMC meeting minutes as well, which is one major news that impacts the market a lot. But this is really good because if throughout this week we're having news releases, and it means we're definitely going to see good moves in the market. So just be on the lookout. I know some people trade news as well. You can also take advantage of this using your own time frame, set your trades, and then take advantage of it. I don't trade news. I just only look at news just to see how they move, what opportunities I would look out for. And straight up to the dollar index, we know that the dollar index has some impact on some other pairs that have that they are related or they are paired with, like the dollar yen, dollar card. You have the GBP USD, then the Euro USD as well. So if you look at it clearly right now, this level that we set up, that 95.50, price broke out of it. And now, so what we expect now is for retest of that level, for price to go back to test that level, and then we would begin to see a drop. It may come all the way to this 9400 or 94.98 and then bounce as possible. We can never tell what the market is going to do. It may bounce off from here, to that upside before falling back again. But again, we don't know what it's going to do, so we're just going to watch the levels. Yep, it may do that and drop back to this level or even drop back, but whatever be the case, just be on the lookout for that. But right now, it broke out of that 9500. Let me, in my chart here, it says 98 anyway, but sorry, 95.50. Let me put this as a general line. Let me see, where do I go to? Me. Where is it? 90, yeah, 9400. Yeah, it's a better number. It's a psychological level. So right now, what we're expecting again is to go above that and then drop. But if that doesn't happen, it may just break above, retest, and then we're going to that 96.46. But be on the lookout for that level because it will determine. Sometimes it would determine how the euro dollar would move or the dollar yen would move and the other pairs as well. So straight up to the other pairs the pairs that we're going to be looking at for this week. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. We were looking at this GBP card last week because of this double bottom, as you can clearly see. Let me draw a trend line all the way from here. Yeah, trend line all the way from here. It looks like a very sweet move. Yep, so you can see what happened. Price touched it, drop, and then eventually broke out of it. So what are we expecting? A retest. So now it came into that level. If I was to, well, I entered this, but I think since it came back and hit my I didn't want to keep. This was where I was supposed to put the stop loss at, but I just didn't find it trustworthy to trade to allow my risk to fall below because I had my GBP and in the market as well. So this level, if you are not yet in the trade, just watch out for this level. This is where price may drop down up until this level. Yeah. Why is that? If you can see it clearly, It's because that's where the trend line is. So remember how we do it. It breaks out of a trend, retest it, and then continues to the upside. So this is the next support. Maybe that, or it may even come all the way down here before continuing to the upside. But then this will offer a very good risk to reward as opposed entering from up here, because it means your stop loss is going to be down here. But now if you put your stop loss somewhere around here, it's a very if you put it somewhere around here, it's not bad at all. Put it down there. You could put it down or even push it down a little bit. It still offers you fantastic risk to reward. So from there, from here, excuse me, this would be one something. You'll be okay, almost 200. Then from there, you'll be making, if you're risking 200, you'll be making 700. Yeah, that's a massive 1, 2, 3 risk to reward, which is really good. Or you can just again drop down to the smaller time frame, look for short wins. So but what I'm really looking at is this double bottom. That's here and that push retest of the neck area. We know how we trade double bottoms. That's the neck area. So it's retest. We're looking at that to retest as like a confluence retest of that level. Do it pushes a bit, may even push a bit lower, than bounces, and then we see that 1.77720, which is that first target. And if it breaks above that second target, breaks above that third target. So be on the lookout for GBP CAD. Next one, Euro USD CAD. Remember what I said about the dollar? It needs to go up a bit and then drop. So maybe this is what we would be seeing. A jump to the trend line that we created for it and then begin to drop. Again, look at this pattern that I created. So if it comes to that trend line, which will be in confluence with that the D level of that pattern, look at this, look at that trend line. See the way the price moves in that channel. So I'm expecting, it's been here, so I'm expecting price to go all the way back to the top here before dropping back to the bottom to continue that trend. So for confluence, I have this pattern set out for it. So I just expect price to go. I think we started somewhere around here. I started noticing this move somewhere around here, and then it's been climbing. So now I want it to climb all the way back to this blue zone, which is our D leg for that pattern, and also the top of that channel, and then we'll start begin to see it drop back to the 38, 61, and probably down to the bottom of the channel again before we see another move to the upside. Yeah, but for this one right now, price broke out of this short-term resistance, and now it's become support. Yep, break out of a resistance, becomes support. So now we expect that to bounce off from here to that level that we're expecting. Or if it breaks below that, then the next bounce off level will be this one here before a jump to the upside. But we can always look for moves. I would say, don't really look for the small moves now, because it's here. Just let it go. Let it do what it needs to do. Look for moves on this side, because it will offer you a better risk to reward. You can take a trade here and your stop loss will be somewhere around here. It would be very, very good entry for you. But if you enter somewhere around here, you don't know what is going to happen, whether it's going to come down or it's going to come up. So you're in the middle. Let it go to the extreme, to the top, or to a closer trend line, or support or resistance. If it gets here, it offers a better risk to reward. Right now, it doesn't. It doesn't. For this one, it means your risk will be, your stop loss will be somewhere around here, and your reward will be somewhere around here. It's almost it may even be your reward may be lower than your risk. So just let this one go. Now for your USD JPY, yeah, we saw that move, that double head and shoulder happen. We took it all the way from the top. I know we didn't get this one because this was our final target. This place here was our final target. So this move, we didn't get it. But right now, again, watching this, we expect this to go up, bounce up, and then drop. So maybe this may just bounce all the way back to that where it broke out from. This level it broke out from. Excuse me. Yeah. Let me confirm. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to confirm what I have on the call. So this level here, and then we can see that drop to the downside. Maybe this level. or even this level. If it comes down to this level, sweet, be a sweet place to take your final money. But then wait for this level, offers a better risk to reward. Put your stop loss somewhere around here. Drop to the 1 hour so you can see it. Your stop loss will be somewhere around here for a very fantastic risk to reward ratio. So take it here, stop loss here, entry here, and then probably first TP around here, maybe second TP somewhere around here. But if it refuses to do that, it may just bounce all the way back to that head here, that key level here, and then we can begin to see that drop to that level that we're waiting for. But I don't think we're going to be waiting for that to happen. So just let that go. If it breaks above that, just ignore that and we'll do something else. I don't really trade USD JPY that much anyway, but we saw that move earlier last week and I said I was not going to miss that. Controversy on Euro USD. Now I see this triangle pattern. It's already given us the 38. Yep, it's already given us 38. So I'm waiting for the 61. Now because we have some form of instability with the USD, so sometimes they may not move in opposite direction like we normally would expect them to move, but we just be on the watch out. Now this is what I mean. For this one, price may well come all the way back to this level before bouncing off, possibly continuing to the upside. That may happen for this first analysis. The second analysis is that price may just go back to this strong level here that we created for it. This was the level we created last week or last 2 weeks. Yep. So it may just go back to that level and then continue back to the downside. If you look at on the higher time frame, this is what we thought would happen. This is what we thought would happen. A break above this blue zone, a retest of that zone, and then go all the way to the top. But these days you can't really tell, what would happen in the market. So we have to be extra careful. I'm going to watch that level. I'm going to watch this level. So this is what's happening right now. Price may well break above, go to retest that level, and then drop back to the bottom of that expanding triangle that we are seeing right now. We don't know what's going to happen, but we won't force the market. We'll just let the market come to us. If we are not in this yet, let it go. Where you would want to take this trade is if this thing goes back to the top here, then you can either look for a sell back down here. This will offer a very good risk to reward, meaning if it goes against you, you won't lose so much. Another place you can look for a good entry will be down here, where if it goes against you, you won't lose so much because your risk will be somewhere around here. Your reward will be back to this level. So for now, it's in the middle. But if it breaks below here, I would say look for a trade. It may not be a very fantastic risk to reward, but not bad anyway. So if you look for a trade here, it breaks below that, back to this bottom, then your stop loss will be somewhere around here. So if it goes against you, if it comes down and then goes against you, you won't really lose that much anyway. So I would say for this one, just be on the lookout. You can watch it. Don't really jump in yet. Watch these levels. Let me put a line there so you can see what the numbers are. So watch that level, that 1.16, 167, 160. Watch that level. If break above that, then you're good to go to the upside. But if it rejects that, then we're coming back to that level or that bottom there. Or you can just look at this level. Like I said, it comes back to that 1.152. Then you can look for an entry, stop loss here, and then back to that 61. Let me put a line there so you can know what number that is. Yeah, so that's the one. Yep. But be on the lookout for that one. I'm going to post the charts. If I look at it even more, if I see something different, I will post it on the platform. And GBP has been doing us well. The pound yen has been doing us well. On the higher time frame, you can already see it's just this is accumulation things happening here. I know that when this breaks out, it's going to be really a good what's it called now? A good trade to be in, because you can already see it's consolidating, breaking out of that trend line that we created for it. But there's no assurance that this is that final break, because for all what it may do, it may just go back. This may be a fake out and go back to the upside before coming back down. You know, I entered it, but it broke above. It didn't hit my stop loss, so, and I think did it hit? I can't remember how what this is, what happened anyway. But this right now came down, went back up. So maybe this may eventually happen. Where's my donate? This may eventually happen. Start seeing something like this, you know, then maybe, and then you can see that drop, break above, break below, or it just consolidate and then jump back to the upside. But again, I'm just gonna watch that one. But I have a good outlook for a good expectation, because there's a lot of news this week. So this may just offer some really good trading opportunities. But be on the lookout for that trend line, this trend line here. See what happens. Price came there, bounce, and it's going back to the place. But if it breaks below that, yeah, wait for a pullback and then TP here, TP here, TP here. Again, I will look at them again like I normally do. Look at the charts, reanalyze them, bring out the screenshots and send them to the platform, and we'll all watch it together. Yep, this is the trade that we're looking at. It's been going up. Right now it's pulling back like I said it would. So it's coming back to that level. Again, it will shoot up again, my expectation, and then retest that level, shoot up. And so if you haven't been in this trade, it's all good. You can still find an entry opportunity. Look for an entry opportunity somewhere around here, because this would give you a good risk to reward. Can even set a sell limit around here, a buy limit, sorry. Come into that stop loss down here, and then a break above. But if it goes against you, won't really lose much, but then you have a lot to win if it goes in your favor. So if you entered, let's say you entered here, stop loss would be maybe like 50 pips or 50 something, 56 or thereabout. But your reward would be 200 plus. That's 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio, which is really good. So yep, some trade to watch. I'm looking at that one as well. Okay, I'm not going to look at too many because of time. I don't want it to be too long. So if you want to watch it again, you won't find it too um, demanding or cumbersome. All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. I would take questions after this recording. Bye-bye.